All right, Johan, take it away, sir. Give everybody who you are, what you're all about, and your vision, the 30,000, 40,000 foot view on MTI. Let's hear it.
Okay, thanks, Scott. It's always a pleasure doing a Zoom call with you guys. Nice to see some new faces. Roland, I don't think we've met before. Sham, nice to see you. So, yeah, I'm a computer software developer by trade. Well, at least that's where I went to study in my final year of matric. And the main reason I went to go and study computer programming was to develop software for my dad's multi-level marketing company that he started when I was just, 18 years old. And that's where my passion for programming and computers came from, but also my introduction into network marketing. We actually started a network marketing company when I was 18, 19, and we ran that for about 8 years. Eventually, we had to close the company simply because it was a physical product that we were selling. A little 16-page A4 pamphlet booklet that we sold via mail order, and the contents of the booklet was how to save money and how to work with your finances. So that was my introduction into network marketing. And so after about 7 years, the South African Postal Service couldn't keep up. We were posting 15, 20,000 booklets a month, and on normal postal services, they simply couldn't keep up. And at one point, I think it was 2007, somewhere there, they actually lost about 6,000 of our parcels in 1 month. That was in a December. And January, another 6,000. And now all of a sudden we received 12,000 members money for booklets, but they never received the booklet. So we ended up reposting and reposting and reposting until such a point where, it was not a battle we thought we could win with the SA Postal Service. And that's why we closed the business. So being I'd say a computer programmer, I'm normally the guy in the background doing the stuff on the computer. Not much of a social guy. I do play golf. I love my golf. Try to play at least once a week. But that's where I get out. And on the internet, as Scott says, there's not too much to be seen of me. Simply because I'm not so much of a social guy. I have a Facebook profile. I think there's about 100 plus friend requests. I don't spend much time on Facebook. A few years ago, when I tried some Facebook marketing and stuff like that, yes, I spend a lot of time there. But these days, I hardly touch it. For me, it's a massive time drain. I can get lost there for 3-4 hours at a time, and I'm not productive in any way. So unless I'm using it for a business or doing something that's productive, I don't spend time on there. I think Liz sent me a friend request. I don't even know if I accepted it. I haven't been on there for, well, it feels like ages. So yeah, from social media point of view, I'm not in the limelight, and it's not by choice. It's just simply who I am. I'm not a very sociable person, other than playing golf, and I have my friends there. So to get back to MTI, we started the company in April, mainly because in February, a bunch of my friends lost money in an online venture, Bitcoin investment type thing. And when they lost in February, that was the final straw. I myself have lost a lot of money over the time, over the years of being in Bitcoin. And I decided I wanted to create, or at least try to create, a company where, people can be safe, where our funds is safe, where we know what's going on. And initially, when MTI started, it was actually just a group of my close friends. We're going to pool our money together. We're going to get the trading up and ready. And then I told a guy called Clinton Marks about it. And the next morning he started sending me 10, 20, 50 referrals. And that's how the whole networking side of MTI got born. Initially, it was just a couple of friends getting together. We're going to do some trading. And, as good things develop, we now over 4,000 members, and we're going strong. So for me, things is happening a lot quicker than I initially anticipated. In August, I told one of my friends, I told him I think we would be at 100 Bitcoin in the pool by December, and probably 1,000 members. That was in August. Back then, I think we had something like 20 Bitcoin in the pool and 330 members or so. And 2 months later, it's a whole different story. We're over 4,000, 200 plus Bitcoin in the pool, 230 something. And I believe in the next 12 months, we can very easily see 50,000 members, possibly more. And quite frankly, it might sound silly, but I don't care too much how much Bitcoin is in the pool, simply because MTI is not reliant on that Bitcoin in the pool to be sustainable, or new Bitcoin coming into the pool to be sustainable. If I, for some reason, decide, let's close the doors for new registrations tomorrow on 250 Bitcoin, as long as our trading system performs as it does, we can carry on for years without getting any new money into the system. As long as the trading makes profit, there will be funds to profit to share between the existing members. So yes, it's absolutely fantastic seeing the business growing as it does, but that's on the networking side. The heartbeat of MTI is the trading. Without the trading, we simply cannot exist. And there won't be a need for networkers if there's no trading. So my core focus to make sure that the trading is working, and then the networking can come as a bonus for everybody. Yeah, I think that is about it. If there's any specific questions, I'll be more than happy to answer that.
Awesome. Thanks, Johan, man. As you guys can see, he just sits there and talks very humbly. He's not like me, who is on the edge of their seat trying to get a crowd fired up. You're not going to see that from this guy. And it was hard for me to actually kind of like, when is he going to get excited? Like, is he getting excited here? That's his excitement. I
am super excited as I'm sitting here right now.
He's very, very excited. Trust me, he is. He just persuades it a different way than we do. We're network marketers, so we have a different type of excitement when it comes to business and launching and things. His excitement is making sure that that MTI's heartbeat is going strong every single day. Taking care of the back end, taking care of, the company itself, and it's very rare also to be able to send a text message to the CEO and get a response back fairly quickly. In my past experiences, that has never been the case, even being one of the top leaders in launching networks. I'm going to open up the floor for questions for Johan, and and then we'll wrap it up. I don't want to make this an hour to 2 hour call, because that's not what this is about. So hopefully you guys had your questions ready to go. and then we'll go from there. So I'll go ahead and unmute everybody, and you know, just one person at a time. Okay. So go ahead.
Dia masa KL dia marketing director apa?
Dia masa GM.
So dekat tu GM.
Dia bisa kami ni. Dia bisa.
Yeah, Pat, Roland, did you want?
Dia buat.
Yeah, Irman. Irman.
Right. I know Roland has a question for Johan.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'll begin. Hey guys, hi Johan, nice to meet you.
Hi, hello Roland.
Hi. First of all, congratulations. Springboks, South African rules.
Yeah.
So my first question is regarding, because I've been in a few other programs before with Sham. I'm under Sham, a great leader from Malaysia. So my question is, based on your company, how secure is your security? So what is MTI doing to prevent themselves from being hacked?
Okay. Yes, that's a very good question. And well, I cannot give you 100% of the details, you know, simply because, you know, it's something that you don't share publicly, security mechanisms and so on. But I can tell you is that the whole MTI back office website and database is physically backed up every 5 minutes. So worst, let's say our whole website server crash, we get hacked, everything gets destroyed. At most, we'll lose 5 minutes of data. And every time somebody does a transaction, an email also goes out. So even if we lose 5 minutes of data, we will be able to pick up what happened in that 5 minutes and just to view. We are as safe as we can be. One very big thing is the MTI website is basically just a dashboard. There's no Bitcoin behind the system. Even if we get hacked on the MTI website, there's nothing to steal there. You know, the Bitcoin is with the brokers, and they've got world-class security on their end. So from MTI, fair enough, somebody can hack us, they can mess around in the database, throw the binary structure, everything, you know, in shambles. We can restore that. We do have backups every 5 minutes, but they cannot steal any of the members' funds because there's nothing in the back end there.
Oh, that's good to know. Good to know.
Okay. Good question, Roland. Where are you, on the ship or?
I'm in Ipoh at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Johan, my question is, okay, how do you get acquainted with FX Choice? How do you come to know about FX Choice, and how you enter into the agreement with them, and why you choose FX Choice?
Okay.
And can you tell us something about the stability of FX Choice, the performance of FX Choice?
Well, Sham, I can only tell you my experience with them. You know, it's close to 4 years ago, I opened an account with FX Choice. They were one of the very first and very few Forex brokers that accept Bitcoin, and then later on gave Bitcoin as a base currency for the trades. So my relationship with them is ongoing close to 4 years now. And when I started MTI, that for me, that was the obvious choice, is because I know the guys, I've been working with them for a couple of years, and I've never had any issues with them. And then furthermore, you know, when I just started looking around for additional brokers, you know, especially when MTI started growing, you can Google FX Choice. There's nothing bad about them anywhere. They've been around for almost 10 years. They've got a spotless track record. And unfortunately, that is not something I can say about the majority of other brokers out there. So currently I am looking for other brokers just to diversify MTI's portfolio across different brokers, as a means of spreading our risk. But unfortunately, I have not found a broker that quite frankly, that I can trust, that can provide us with, many brokers do give you the Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out option, but very few of them give you the ability to actually trade in Bitcoin as your base currency and not the dollar or the pound or the euro. So that was the first requirement, is we need to be able to send and receive Bitcoin. Withdrawals need to be very quick. Withdrawals from FX Choice is in the accounts within 24 hours. Worst case scenario, 48 hours. And then they must be able to give us a Bitcoin-based trading platform where the base currency is in Bitcoin. So that was my criteria for choosing them. And then obviously they are regulated by, a regulated broker, which makes them a lot more trustworthy. And as I say, over the last 3.5 years, I've never had any issues with them. They are very willing and helpful if there is anything. So yeah, that was my decision to go with them, simply because I trust them and I've been working with them for a long time.
Okay, that's a good answer. Because what we are concerned is more on the safety of the members' money. So that right. is the main criteria. I don't want to lose money, and I don't want my followers to lose money. That is the fact. So
yes,
if you can keep on convincing us about this matter, the safety part, I think we can grow a huge network here in Malaysia. That is the main criteria. Okay. That's
right, and we are doing everything to, to make things better. I don't know if better is the right word. If I can have my way, I'd like us to, to spread our risk across 5 or 10 brokers. Having 20 Bitcoin in each broker. Oh. But so far, I haven't found another broker besides FX Choice that I can actually trust. The first thing is you go onto the social media, internet to find out who and where these guys are. And 99% of them fails with your first Google search. Members are having withdrawal issues or this or that or the other. And until such time that I find somebody that I truly believe to be trustworthy, all of the MTI funds will stay with FX Choice.
Okay. What is your vision about MTI? Your personal vision about MTI?
2 million members in the next 10 years. I believe, I don't need it to be millions of members within a very short period of time. But if we can do 2 million members over a 10-year period, sustainable, slow growth, everybody's happy, everybody's making money, the trading is performing as it should, I'll be over the moon. I'll be very happy.
Okay. And I'm talking about the worst scenario. Okay, I think you did mention in your introduction earlier. This is the worst scenario. Anything happens to you or happen to MTI, you are the owner of MTI, right? The sole owner, correct? Anything happens to you, what will happen to our Bitcoin in FX Choice?
That's right. Sham, we've set up a trust in South Africa, MTI Shares Trust. And basically the MTI company shares will be held in that trust. So the plan would be the MTI founder members. There's about 30 founder members in MTI. Liz, by the way, is one of the founder members. So let's say something happens to me or my family. The trust, in conjunction with that founder members, will be able to control MTI. And I know, because they are founder members, they will always have the very best intentions for MTI, and they will continue to carry on MTI as my legacy if me and my family are no longer there.
Okay, that's a good answer. But I will put in one more question here to make my people comfortable. Okay, let's say in the worst scenario, a member make a withdrawal. You know, the withdrawal, then you have to wait for FX Choice to give the BTC to MTI, correct?
Yes.
It's not a direct withdrawal from FX Choice to the members. Right? You have to go to MTI.
It goes into the MTI wallet, and from there it's an automatic process out to the members.
Okay. In the worst scenario, now I'm not saying that you are not honest at it. In the worst scenario, if you hold out the withdrawal, I mean, members try to withdraw, but FHS pays MTI, but you refuse to pay the members. What cost do we have as a member? What is our protection in law?
Well, honestly, you can pursue me criminally. You know, there's no other way of going about it. If I steal your money, you must get the authorities to come and sort me out. That's the short and sweet answer. And it's the same. I believe it's the same. If my broker doesn't pay me, then we'll get the authorities to go and sort them out.
Love that answer.
In that scenario, will FX be able to protect our fund or not?
Well, the funds that is still with them, absolutely. You know, they still have control over it. And as with I don't know all the countries in the world, but in South Africa, if let's say, Sham, you've got a bank account in South Africa. If I go to the bank tomorrow morning, say Sham stole money from me, immediately they freeze the bank account, regardless if the claims is false or not. And FX Choice will do exactly the same. So if there's a dispute or a claim, they will freeze the money until further investigation. And if it turns out that I'm a crook, the funds will still be with them, and you know it will follow the due process through the legal ways, and members will get their funds back that way.
Okay, let's say you are out of business, MTI, right? But the fund is in FX Choice. Do they have the members' data? This BTC belongs to who? So that in the legal process that we can know that we can claim through FX Choice.
So I think can I call FX Choice and be like, I'm a member of MTI, I need my Bitcoin?
At the moment, no, they don't have that information. They have what they have is a list of registered members, but they don't know which portion of the share is where. So that's something I'll take up with them, and we'll what do you call it? Find a way to merge that information.
So you'll be able to call FX Choice or say, hey, Scott Smith's got this amount of Bitcoin, Sham's got this amount of Bitcoin. So if anything happens to MTI, we can go to FX Choice, say it states that they have this amount of Bitcoin that they want to take back out.
Johan, surely in an instance like that, if it was starting to go through the legal procedure, the first thing FX Choice would do is they would call for that database as to what the allocations are per member? I mean, that would be standard procedure, say, with a bank account or any other broker.
That is correct. You know, but I'm seeing Sham's point. You know, if I'm a crook, I might not give FX Choice that information. You know, so it would be good for from, you know, currently, at the moment to try and work a way out with them where they have the information on hand. Not that I how can I put this? I doubt that they will do that, simply because they see us as a company account. They are not rigged in their admin process to, you know, to deal with our 100,000 members and do our admin. But surely we must find a way. Give out reports maybe to all the founder members and see this is the current Bitcoin holdings of all the members.
That will be good. Right? That
Good idea. Yeah, very good idea. We've lost you on video, Johan.
Yeah, sorry, my internet is a bit slow. I just turned it off for a minute.
Perfect.
But do you think that would work? Let's say if we can put out a daily or a weekly report to all founders, then this is the current company holdings.
You are a programmer. I think you can get the things done easily.
Yeah, I can very easily write that report. Very easily. We were able to do that.
That will be a good selling point for us.
That would really help, actually.
Johan, I'm sorry. I'm not that I don't trust you, but as usual, when I do any business, I have to trust somebody. Otherwise, I cannot do any business. Any business for that matter. So, tonight, I launched FX Choice after about 2 days talking to you. Yeah, there are some gray areas, but I make a decision. I think I can trust this guy. He looks humble, and the way you answer my question. Yeah, these are the things. So now, I hope we can work together, and I'm going to lead a lot of people who want to change their life. They don't want to, number one, they don't want to lose money anymore. I'm sure the people inside this Zoom call, we lost money before, right? Yeah. Yep. So this is my humble request. We want to partner with you. Yeah? The more assurance that you can give us about the safety of the members' money, the more volume that we can give to MTI.
That's right. No, we are working on ways to try and do that. I think Scott, Liz, maybe you can just sort of remind me on this to.
I'll send you the recording.
Yes, that would be great.
But yes,
yeah, I think I'd like to. It would be great to sort of have a backup of members' details and balances with the founders. You know, but we must always also just be very cautious. You know, it is sensitive information, and it's not something that we can. I cannot go and publish a list of account balances on the website, and that would be, you know, that won't work. But trusted members in the community, maybe leaders, you know, Sham, Liz, Scott, there's a handful of other big guys. So this is the current account statement. This is the actual amount of Bitcoin in the pool. This is who they belong to. So that if something happens, the list is readily available across different platforms. You know, should members need that information. Yeah. But it's also very important that that information doesn't get leaked out. You know, I don't want to be in a situation where tomorrow all 4,000 members or 400,000 members of MTI get spammed with an email for some other different thing, you know, because that information is out there. So it's very important that we find a way to work around it and get the info there, but also very important to protect that information, you know, for the privacy of our members.
Yeah. The main point is that, let's say, suddenly Johan decided to run away. At least when we put a claim in Effect Choice, they have a database. Scott please have 100 BTC. Liz have 1,000 BTC. That's what
Yes.
I mean.
Yeah, perfect. We'll find a way to get that info out.
Yeah.
I think the easiest initially will, you know, to sort of send it once a week to the founder members, so that they have it, and yeah, maybe on we'll find a way. I don't trust email too much because emails get hacked very often, but we'll find a safe solution to get that information across to the founders.
If you can get it done, this is another USP for us, another unique selling point for us. And also,
perfect. We'll definitely get it done.
Yeah, and also there is a contract between you and FX Choice, right? Can you just, I don't want you to expose the contract, that is confidential, but do you have some strong point in the contract that can help us to convince more people? Your contract between MTI and FX Choice, the agreement.
It's a very simple. It's their standard MIM agreement, multi-account manager agreement. You can get it off of their website. We don't have anything more special than that. It's just their standard agreement.
If you can publish it, it's good. Yeah.
Yes,
Because I need all
it's in. I'll fetch it. It's in the FX Choice back office. Anybody can go and get the contract there.
Okay, another question, Johan. Yeah, I'm only in my third day in promoting the business. I'm still new. A lot of things I'm going to learn. But as I see in the back office, there is a P2P transfer, right? Person-to-person transfer. That was in place before. That means I can use my commission, my commission in BTC, right? I can transfer to another member. Yeah? That is what almost all network marketing companies are doing. They allow members to transfer whatever their commission to another member in order to activate the new member. But what I heard from Scott, that P2P is not in place anymore.
No, it is still there. But what we are going to do is, at the moment, nothing has changed. But what I am going to change is, I would need, Sham, let's say you want to transfer to Roland. Your account and Roland's account need to be, I need to have your ID documents. Need to FICA or verify your account in order for you guys to be able to transfer. Because otherwise, what we find is people open many accounts and then they transfer P2P just in a way to try and steal that 10% commissions from MTI. So I definitely don't want to take away that option. I just want to safeguard us and the other members so that people don't take advantage of the commission structure. Okay,
it's good that you keep that option in place, because that is what most companies are doing.
As long as your account is verified and the member you are transferring to is verified, I don't have any problem with the transfer of funds between the accounts. But what we want to avoid with that is one person opening account 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and then just transferring funds back and forth, and in such a way trying to cheat the system out of commissions.
So at the moment, there is no verification required. So sooner you will request for verification of members, right?
It will be, at the moment, it's the function is there, but it's not a requirement. But I believe probably in 3 months' time, we'll gradually bring it in and let people know in advance that they need to start verifying their account. But I don't have a definite date yet, but I believe probably in 3 months' time, but maybe February or so, then it will be a requirement.
Okay. I have one more question.
Yeah, then I gotta wrap it up because I have another.
There's one more thing about what I was thinking this now. When we deposit our Bitcoin, I found out that some go to the activation wallet, but some go directly to the pool. So which is which? I'm going to tell my people.
So what happens, when admin approves it, it goes into the activation wallet.
Yeah.
That is the standard procedure, and you'll get an email saying, Sham, please go and move from the activation wallet to the pool. But what I do every midnight South African time, when I do the statement run and allocate the daily percentages, I go and look at all the activation wallets and put it through manually. Because some members, they don't look at the email. Then 3 weeks later, I get an email, but their fund was in the activation wallet and they missed out on trading. And, so it just creates more admin. But within the next, I'd say 7 days, I will sort of almost discontinue the use of the activation wallet, where once admin approved the payment, it goes directly into the pool. So the only time the activation wallet will be used is if you transfer from your account P2P to another member, then it will go in the activation wallet, and that member needs to put it into the pool. So that will be the only time it will work. Yeah. So you can expect it probably in the next 7 days. We'll have that functionality where it automatically goes into the pool.
Yeah. Okay. I leave it to the other members because I had enough for my question. I'm convinced about this. I have to trust Johan. That's why I'm going to promote the MTI. So, any members who have any question?
Quick one.
Okay.
Very, very good question, Sham. So that also cleared up a lot of my inquiries as well. As far as I understand, so basically, the trading is outsourced to FX Choice, correct?
Not 100%. The FX Choice is just the broker, and they give our traders and our trading algorithm access through their platform to trade on the markets. FX Choice is not actually doing the trading for us. We've got our own system that do the trading.
Oh, your own system is doing the trading, not FX Choice.
No, FX Choice is only the broker that gives us the MetaTrader 4 platform where our software and things can run on to trade live on the markets. They are not the ones doing the trading.
Oh.
And in MTI itself, how many people do you have working for you besides the 30 founding members?
Still very few. We technically have one support staff in Johannesburg. I'm doing the majority of the other support. And then I've got 2 support people in Somerset West, in the Western Cape, that we are busy trading, and we're going to put up an office there. So we're literally a handful of people at this stage. But as the company grows and as the demand is there, we do expand. Okay.
Now, the reason why I asked that, because as you know, in any company, customer support is probably one of the most important things. Sometimes people get really annoyed when they send a request or a question into support and they wait like weeks before they could get an answer. So yeah, that's where I'm trying to come from. So,
Yeah.
but like you said,
I know at the moment, Roland, there is a little bit of I won't say a backlog, but our support on the support email address, it's not as quick as I want it to be. That's the one of the reasons I've got 2 extra support members in training at the moment, and probably next 14 days they'll be ready to also go live and support on that. So ideally I'd like support, especially with the amount of members we have and the amount of volume we have, a 12-hour turnaround or less. That would be fine for me.
But if they're just basic questions, utilize your upline so we don't jam that email. If it's a simple thing, reach out to Liz and I. Liz is extremely knowledgeable about the system, the platform, everything of that nature. We can help out to a certain extent. If it's a technical issue, then support. But if it's just basic BS, find out and then let us know, and then we can resolve it.
You see, and I do get a lot of support from members like Scott, like you guys and your teams. It does relieve a lot of pressure from the support staff. Some things, we get probably 20 emails a day where the guy emails his proof of payment, and then an hour later he emails it again, said, but the money is not in his account yet, but he never uploaded it in the back office. It's basic training. The guys are just not well informed on how the process works. So from MTI side, that's why I added the video on the deposit page the other day. But yeah, sometimes people don't watch the videos and then don't go through the steps, and also sometimes the upline don't really support. But we'll sort it out.
Yeah, thank you, Johan. Welcome, Aruba. The policeman is here. Dean from Aruba is my friend. Okay, so I would like to thank you very much, Johan. You are transparent, and I hope we can work together with MTI to reach your 2 million members mark.
Thank you, Sham. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Let's I gotta get going. I'd hate to cut this off. We could spend here all day. We really can. But I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna get this recording loaded up and sent out to the groups, or to you, Sham, so you can share it with your team and just rewatch it. But Johan, thanks again, man. I appreciate you taking the time out. And I'm gonna end this broadcast.
Thank you so much, guys.
Take care, guys. Have a good evening.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
Johan. Everyone. Bye.
bye.